Everything you think you know about Texas is wrong. Texas is just a giant honky-tonk. Wrong. Latinos are actually the largest group of Texans, and Texas has the largest African-American population, the second largest Vietnamese population, the third most popular language in Texas is Vietnamese, and Texas is the second largest Indian population. Houston is actually the most diverse city in the entire country, even beating out New York. Austin is actually ranked number 2 for LGBTQ population, just barely losing to San Francisco at 5.9% for Austin versus 6.3% for San Francisco. I don't care about sports, but I want Austin to defeat San Francisco for the Chapel Roan Cup. Texas hates the earth and just loves oil. Texas is number 1 in renewable energy, absolutely crushing California in wind and solar. Seriously, Texas haters, explain to me how producing the most renewable energy is bad. Go for it. Texas just buses all their homeless people to California and New York. This is total copium bullshit. It's pretty hypocritical because San Francisco and New York both have massive programs that fly and bus people all over the world. What's that? Texas lowered its homeless population by 30% in the last 10 years? And no haters, it's not from the busing, it's from housing first policy. Who knew that homeless people actually needed homes? 90% of the homeless population in California had a residence in California before they became homeless. The reason they're homeless is because they can no longer afford the rent, because they never build any housing in California. It's just a lot easier to blame Texas and accept your stupid housing policy and corrupt government did this. Texas is just right-wing, late-stage capitalism. Texas is a paradox. Yes, it champions free markets, yet my power provider is a socialist-style co-op where the customers literally own the power company. Around 3 million Texans use energy co-ops to get their power, and honestly, they're great. How many blue state leftists can say they jointly own the means of power production with their fellow cowboy comrades? Ooh, I can hear the keyboards clanking away about the deep freeze. Y'all have a weird sickness that makes you enjoy Texan suffering. Every state has climate-related natural disasters now, no matter who they vote for. I don't know why Texas having some politicians you don't like makes you enjoy innocent people suffering. For the people who just hate Texas because they think it's MAGA world, Texas actually had the second highest number of voters for Kamala. Texas had 4.8 million Kamala votes versus New York's 4.6. Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Shaq, Emma Stone. If Texas is so bad, why did half of Los Angeles move to Austin? They just want tax breaks. Why is wanting lower taxes bad? What, is your kink being New York's pay pig? Texas is actually surprisingly socialist when it comes to property taxes because of recapture. In Texas, schools that are wealthy and have a really rich property tax base and have a lot of funding are forced to redistribute that wealth to the poor schools. There's literal wealth redistribution in Texas's property tax code. That's something that even the wokest blue states rarely do. Taxes are actually higher in Texas than California. This one's literally insane. Texas has zero income tax and funds itself mostly through sales tax and property tax. Just look at the take-home pay difference on a $100,000 salary. New York, $69,000. California, $72,000. Texas, $78,000. You save between $6,000 and $9,000 a year just in taxes. Look, I've lived all 3 places. Texas has way nicer roads. The schools have been great. It's safe. There's nice parks, and there are so many less homeless people. I really don't think I've lost anything by not spending thousands of dollars in income tax. The sales tax in Texas is pretty similar to New York City's, but lower than LA's. Property taxes in Texas and New York are pretty similar. However, California does have a much lower property tax rate, but the price of properties in California is 3 times higher than Texas. The thing that really makes Texas special is the people. I've lived all over the world, and I've never been somewhere where people are so friendly and go out of their way to help you. Visit Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, or Austin. It's a multicultural melting pot. The food is insane. KG barbecue in Austin, Egyptian-fused Texas barbecue, pomegranate glazed pork ribs, mwah, insane, life-changing. The owner tasted Texas brisket and uprooted his whole life, quitting a job being a banker in Egypt to sling the best meat you've ever had in a parking lot. Best quality daughter in San Antonio? Southern meets the best Chinese food I've ever had, and I've been to China. I love everything about this place. Tell me your favorite Texas restaurant in the comments. Texas is H-E-B, the #1 ranked grocery store nationwide. Suck it, Piggly Wiggly. H-E-B has amazing fresh tortillas, but more importantly, H-E-B makes everything in the shape of Texas, such as nugs, chips, bird baths, burgers, waffle irons, and it goes on and on and on in brisket flavored dog food. Does your state have any food in its shape? And shut the up, Colorado. You're a square, the shape of soy, beta, and lame. H-E-B does more for disaster relief than FEMA. You can get your car registered at an H-E-B. H-E-B is like the third branch of Texas government.